Well, hello! Did you miss me? Sorry for the little delay there. Got a backlog with other things and didn't have much inspiration. Just didn't want to just take up airwaves just for the sake of taking up airwaves. But that is different now, and I have some new things going on, and I got some inspiration this morning of just like a little tip that I want to throw out. This is something I think that is valuable. Something that folks on the other side of this process from me might not think about all the time. No reason that you would necessarily, but so first and foremost, I am finally in a position where I have active long-term contract Java development positions, multiple Java development positions. I have one in the southwest quadrant, one in the southeast quadrant, one in the downtown Minneapolis area. If you are a contract Java developer of any sort, full stack skills, back end, front end, whatever, get at me. Would love to talk to you. I might have something for you. I don't want to put too fine a point on it because there's various shades to each of these roles, so it can be open to a lot. So that is going on right now, and I'm actively taking candidates, and we're setting up interviews, and we're doing stuff, and we'd love to see more. The thing that I was inspired of this morning. So if you are in the job hunt, if you're putting your resume out there, if it's showing up on Dice, Career Builder, Monster, Indeed, that means it's getting a lot of eyeballs, it's getting a lot of traffic. Regardless of your skill set, there's somebody who's looking at it because they either see you for something that they're working on right now or something that they anticipate that they'll be working on in the future. That's just the fact of the matter. And for anybody who's gone on Dice or any of those recently, you also know that you're going to get hit up with a lot of requests to see if you'd be interested in selling insurance or jobs that are completely outside the realm of your specific skill set, as well as located somewhere 1,000 miles away. It's just how it goes sometimes, unfortunately. I would love that if more people in my line of work were better about actually bringing to the table things that people might be interested or qualified or in other ways interested in some fashion. But that's not always the case, unfortunately. But one thing that I will say that you can use, job seeker person, check your LinkedIn profile, check your resume. Make sure that the two are working in cooperation with each other. Something that I definitely do, something that a lot of people I know in my line of work do, is we try to eliminate variables for failure before we ever even open the door to an opportunity. So that means that if I'm pulling up your LinkedIn, or excuse me, if I'm pulling up your resume off of one of the job sites and I'm looking through it and I go, okay, this person has promised, the first thing I do is I look up your LinkedIn profile. So I better find one, because at this point, it's kind of a non-issue. It's you gotta have one. You have to have one that's just being in cooperation with the job market, with the world at large. It's just a basic necessity at this point. If you don't exist on LinkedIn, you kind of don't exist. And I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who are going to argue at that point and say they've managed to make it on their own for years and years and they do wonderful work. And yes, I'm sure you're fantastic. The vast majority of people who might be seeing this or watching this are seeing it on LinkedIn, so obviously you understand. So I probably don't need to tell you to have a profile, but make sure it's up to date. Make sure the information is current. Make sure that it reflects what your resume reflects. Because if I see your resume and I see your LinkedIn and the two don't line up, it raises my eyebrows, I can tell you that much. I might still call you and ask you what's going on, or I might just work with other candidates that I'm finding who don't have those question marks. I have limited time in my day as well. So that is something that I could see as a roadblock to getting calls or to getting interest in the roles that are really a fit for what you're looking for, getting the ones that would actually interest you. Be careful, be mindful of that. Make sure that you're advertising yourself correctly as far as job titles and other things. Once again, harkening back to a previous video that I did of your job title should be the actual job that you did, not necessarily what your company called you, if it's something weird. But making sure that that information is consistent is important. So there are so many examples that I can give of people intentionally misrepresenting themselves or others who they would stand to benefit from having employed. I won't go any deeper than that. I'm sure a lot of people can fill in the blanks on exactly what I mean by that. So it ends up being a situation where I end up running into all kinds of pitfalls throughout the day that can end up wasting my time, can end up ruining my reputation to my clients if I'm misrepresenting the people that we send as candidates. So I spend a lot of my time making sure that you are who you say you are and you've done what you say you've done. So if you want to get past those roadblocks right from the start, make sure your stuff is tight. But anyway, that's for today. I'm going to try to be more consistent this week, try to pop in a little bit more. If anyone has anything in particular they'd love me to discuss, I would be happy to do so. Send me your requests, send me your questions, send me your whatever. Everything as always. And look forward to talking to you again later.